Well, I've just had my first proper bite of the day, just as I finished filming that. Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Adventure Fishing UK. Something really different today. I am sea fishing, well, sort of. I'm on an estuary, as you should be able to see behind me now. No idea what I'm going to catch. Thought I'd challenge myself because this isn't something that's really in my comfort zone. And yeah, it's an absolutely stunning place. I found this on Google Maps. I thought, you know what, there's a few safe marks I could go to where I know I might catch a flatty or two, but why not just try something new? Really excited about this. I've got some bait. I'll show you what sort of setups I'm going to be using when we get down there. But yeah, pretty much everything is in my bag, in this bag and in my hand. Going to be fishing 2 rods. I don't know what we could catch today. Maybe some flatties. That's probably the most likely thing. I expect they could be quite small. If we're incredibly lucky, we might find ourselves with a bass or a sea trout or something. But again, needle in a haystack sort of jobby that, isn't it? Just wandering down now. What a place this is. I do like fishing estuaries because you don't have to cast too far, and it can be quite easy if you find the right time, the right tide, the right place, etc. Anyway, wish me luck. We'll get set up, show you the rigs and stuff, and then hopefully we'll catch a few fish. Walking out on the sand now, and look at some of these views. I'm not sure the camera's going to quite be able to do it justice, but that's why we've got the drone out today. Absolutely beautiful place this. It's going to be so nice if we actually catch something, because I'm half expecting this is going to go really badly. We won't have a bite all day, but a bit of good old-fashioned adventure fishing UK luck's going to be required. So these are the 2 rods we're working with today. On the left we have the Smuggler S Max by Rigged and Ready. Really good travel rod, pike, carp, sea, etc. And on the right we have the 50 quid trusty beach caster and reel combination that I bought quite a while ago for ray fishing. I think I've only used this a couple of times now, so hopefully these are going to do the job. So the rigs for today, all of this stuff's from Gerry's and Morecambe. Need to do a bit of organisation. I don't know really what I'm going to use. Don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I think I'm probably going to go with some of these 2-hook flappers. Ready-made. This really saves the hassle of having to make your own stuff, especially if you're new to this kind of thing. But yeah, plenty of options in here. For bait today we got some frozen black lug and some mackerel, just so I can put a bit of a worm on and then tip it with a bit of mackerel skin, hopefully help it to stay on the hook a bit better. Again, this is from Gerry's and Morecambe. Highly recommend stopping in there for all your tackle, all your bait, especially if you're sea fishing. Just got all my baits ready now. They pretty much all look like that. There's another one, there's another one, and then that's the last one there. Just heading down to the water now. First cast with a big rod like this in quite a long time. Hope I can still do it. Hope we don't have any snappages or anything. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Really hope rod number 2, cast number 2 goes as smoothly. Might try to get a little bit more distance on this one. Bit of my mackerel just came off, but can't all go perfectly, can it? Well, as you can see behind me, the traps are set. I've got no idea how long this is going to take. Could be a matter of maybe 5 minutes for all I know, or it could take 4 hours before we get a first touch on these baits. Only time will tell. Getting ready to just settle in to a nice bit of rod tip watching. Look at this guy over here. He's walking on water. It's a cool looking bird, actually. Anyone know what that is? Very long beak. This black lug isn't working so good for me yet, but the tide's not really started moving in hopefully within the next 45 minutes we might get a bit of action. Bloke over there's just had one. I think I'll be pulling up on his spot next time I'm here. Got some ever so slight movement going on here. Can't quite work out what's going on. Anyone know if the crab's around this time of year? Feels like there could just be something just playing with it on the ground. Well, what are you doing here, Mr. Spider? How on earth has that got there? Ridiculous. Look at that, that's an incredible bit of footage. Big seagull with a massive flatty in its mouth. It's just pecking at it. I really thought it'd go for the swallow whole approach. Well, I've badly misjudged things. High tide is actually an hour later today than I thought it was, so that explains why it's been slow, but I think today it is going to be really tough to catch a fish. Even the smallest thing now I would be so happy with. I mean, if the seagulls are catching, surely I should be too. Hi. Right. Well, threading a worm like this is never the most elegant when you're using frozen black, but I thought because it's not going so well and the tide's just turned, I'll switch to a more natural presentation with one of my rods. I'm hoping it's going to be a small decision that's going to make a big difference today. Just rebaited both my rods. Been keeping an eye on the other fishermen, seeing how far out they're casting and trying my best to replicate. And I'm not sure this is supposed to be happening. All of a sudden, we have a floating rod on our hands. Well, it's been about 4 hours now without even a nibble. It's been a tough session, to be fair. I know a lot of people would have probably called it by now, but it's not my nature to give up on something while there's still a chance. We've got a bit of tide coming in now, and I'm really hoping that that's going to turn the day around. Well, I've just had my first proper bite of the day, just as I finished filming that. I'm not sure if it's still on though. Yes, it is. It is still on. Literally just as I finished filming that. Come on. Yes. It's not a big fish, but it's a fish. Well, look at this. The product of hours and hours of work. We didn't give up. I'm not sure what this is. I'll get a close-up for you in a second. Gonna let it go. Think it's a baby flatty. So much persistence has finally paid off. What an interesting looking thing. Just as the tide's coming in. Flatties are such unusual fish, aren't they? And I've just been splashed by one. Oh, it's buried itself under the sand just there, I think. That's amazing. Well, that's amazing how that fish came just after giving it all that about sticking it out. Incredible stuff. Well, I'm very grateful we've had one. I've got a feeling there's going to be an even bigger one somewhere. We can dream anyway. We can hope. Sticking it out in the hope that we're going to catch something even bigger than that. Not that that was a big fish, because it definitely wasn't. But I believe they do get big in this estuary. This current's getting really strong now, so I'm just had to bring it into recast because a big bit of kelp nearly dragged my rod in. Well, what a day it's been. It's actually quite unbelievable how a flatty as small as that can make maybe 5 hours of hard work just like sat looking at this view worth it. I mean, I suppose there's also a lesson to be learned. It's not about the end result as much as it is how you get there, the views you see and the fun you have along the way. I know that sounds a bit cliche, but to be honest, what beats just sat down watching a view like this with your rods out in the water. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join the Adventure Fishing UK journey. Who knows where we're going to be next? I've got plenty of ambitious plans coming up soon. Hit that like button too. Drop a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll catch you down the road.